meaning both channel, game dev, and real life. But I am getting into this now. Let's just make sure we have what we have, and we will move on. So I pulled everything from their sources, so if something doesn't work, well, hopefully I put it in the right place. I mean, you'd think with us being on episode 40 by now, I would have done so. We're gonna hit quick play just to randomize things, but Cthulhu, Curious Birthmark, and of course we're gonna stick with character exclusive perks, but we are gonna move on to custom characters. That being said, I do usually load a few of them up for those who don't know, just in case anything really strange happens, but for the moment, Curious Birthmark and Cthulhu. So, yeah, we'll get into it. I'm probably not going to add timestamps, so I don't know why I'm trying to time this well, but either way, yeah, Cthulhu, Curious Birthmark, character exclusive, custom character. We're told which perk packs we're using for the some of these characters, but I promptly forget. That being said, camera Just a Dream with another Just a Dream. So that's going to be interesting because that means I can't remove... I don't think they stack, if I recall correctly. So removing one doesn't do anything for me. Otherwise, well... Actually, no. We're on Cthulhu anyway. That's what I meant. We're on Cthulhu anyway, so we're working with Just a Dream anyway. That being said, I forgot if Just a Dream gives you its other passive effect or something. I forgot. I thought there was another effect. Anywho, we'll move on. Anywho. Charisma, second Dexterity, Takshisan, Knowledge. We have 3 Strength, 6 Dexterity, 6 Perception, 6 Knowledge, and 4 Charisma. Not too high, but not too low either. This is perfectly fine, by the way. But I do need to consider probably getting the Army Knife. Dexterity isn't my preferred, well, isn't anyone's preferred stat usually on Harbinger, from what I see anyway. And let's see here. Quick thinking into another point of Dexterity would be nice for the Lighthouse. Otherwise, Knowledge being, well, it's the 6th floor, but I personally don't have good experiences with knowledge weapons, so I'm shrugging in real life as I say I'm going for the Army Knife. That being said, there are a lot of status effects that remove perception as well, so if that happens, not much I can do about that because I've already made my decision and remove the... I'm not using the Occult Store while I am also using a thingamajiggy. And then we also have Taxi, so that's a custom mystery I'll be working with. We'll use it as a 3rd mystery just to prepare. But we have Ward and Recluse as well, so I guess Kana, Recluse into Taxi. And we'll see what's going on. I need to cough. Oh! Okay, should be good. We'll sell this for 1 fun, but we're going to prepare for funds mainly. We do have Recluse and Ward, so all things considered, we should be relatively fine, but you never know, right? So yeah, we'll fish for the Army Knife. If we don't see it immediately, we will fish for it again, because at least we can guarantee the Hospital Pass, which does take up a slot in the Illegal Den store, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Now, if I don't get anything, actually the Meat Cleaver, we have to go Army Knife here, because the Meat Cleaver is going to be absolutely horrible with 3 Strength. And 3 Strength on its own is, usually in my mind, you need a lot to make up for that, because Strength is a very... Strength directly helping Brace, which indirectly helps a large part of your damage taken in Roll to 4 Harbinger difficulty is pretty important. But otherwise, the stats being as they are is not bad either, because if on a non-Harbinger difficulty, we'd have 7 Dexterity, 7 Perception, and 7 Knowledge, which isn't bad at all. If you like knowledge weapons, if you want to work with a Steak Knife, sure. It does allow you to prep attack, but it also allows you to comfortably do a lot of 3 attack turns, usually. But on Harbinger, where Brace is a lot more valuable due to odd damage enemies, minus things that get affected by Kana, yeah, if we are affected by Kana, it would be better to use a fast weapon on average, but that's not the case here. But yeah, otherwise we'll work with Perception. Do I want to go full into Perception? Probably, as much as my mind wants to tell me to put 2 points into Strength, because if we put 2 points into Strength, then we probably won't be able to get to 9 Perception, which is the threshold for prep attack with the Army Knife. 2 guaranteed attacks for the layman terms, but as we save Kana here, because that's kind of important, the Army Knife should do us just well. And the camera is a nice boost, mainly now for the accuracy increase. rather than the point in knowledge question mark. Am I going crazy here? I can't check, by the way. You used to be able to check. I swear you used to be able to check during the eels portion here, but well, not anymore. Price hike, by the way. Oh my goodness, my body. Yeah, 1 point in knowledge and other stuff. Unfortunately, not the best. But now that having the camera equipped right as you go into battle results in a power decrease for the enemy, then yeah, it's a lot better. A lot better. That 10% does mean a lot. If for no other reason than the number-wise 20 time units can give you certain actions. But as we go through Recluser, we should be perfectly fine here. We are on Curious Birthmark, so I do want to watch out for any weird curses I may get. But until that moment, we also now have a stuffed toy to get rid of curses too. Without considering any bugs. I swear there's still a curse bug that you can remove, or a bug or where you can remove a status effect that shouldn't be removable, really, just for balance's sake, but we'll see as we do this. You know, at this point, I wouldn't, on a tangent note, is that true? I'm trying to think about whether or not I want to say what I want to say, but I don't think it's true. Never mind. No, I'm going to resign my own thought. But as we take for reason here, we'll get out. I could have fished for the ghost ritual really quickly. Decided not to. But anywho, running shoes. Yeah, probably running shoes. As much as knowledge would be nice, or yeah, knowledge would be double points into knowledge would be nice. We're not guaranteed that on the 6th floor, and that's all I really have to say. But let's take taxi. I'll narrate through this. This is probably what the timestamp should be for. Taxing task of taking a taxi. As the night gets old and the gathering reaches its natural conclusion, you decide to call for a taxi. Yeah, good luck with that. You're better off waiting for the morning bus. Someone passing by chuckles as you pick up the receiver. You call the same company you usually do, only to be told that there are currently no vehicles available. I kind of stumbled there because I think I'm speaking in second person when I used to speak in third. Anywho, you choose the second number from the phone book and then the next one, but each time they're either unreliable or unavailable and unreliable, or you need to wait for an absurd amount of time. Some don't even pick up. It's a full moon for the next 2 nights. We have no drivers available, one of the dispatchers says, but when surprised, you try to drill for more, she quickly hangs up. As far as you're aware, there are no events happening in town. It's an average weeknight, so why is every single taxi suddenly gone? It's time to get to the bottom of this, but first, let's get home. On your way through the darkness to the bus stop, a taxi passes you and stops, a passenger getting out just in front of you. You wave at it, and it waits by the sidewalk as you quickly get in. When the driver turns on the meter, you start grilling him about the mysterious scarcity of service. Mind if I smoke, he asks, and lights a cigarette before you have a chance to answer. We do have access to the police station really quickly. And we have wards, so let's put these police patrols in the hospital before we move on. My deck, also custom music, which is actually a very nice thing to do. That oftentimes not a lot, but some like half and half. Whether custom music exists or not is a luxury, but also a very important part of custom mysteries, as it turns out. He introduces himself as Aotori. Turns out he's not from Shiokawa, but from the neighboring town of Higanbashi, on the other side of the riverbed. I pronounced that. I should just say Aotori, as my English mind will prompt me to say. Other drivers don't even take fares to Shiokawa, he says, but I just got my permit and still need to pay back the last installment for the car. I'm not looking for fares here, though. After I drop you off, I'm splitting back to Higanbashi. Don't want my tire slashed. Or worse. As I carry a hospital pass, a stuffed toy, handcuffs, and an old coin. Pit maneuver. With Aotori's droning about Shiokawa drivers' alleged elitism and hostility towards outsiders getting partially drowned out by disco rhythms on the wireless, you lose the thread and doze off in the backseat, only to be suddenly roused by the piercing sounds of a klaxon and light beams filling the interior. Klaxon? Am I pronouncing that right? You turn around to see another car rapidly closing in on you, the driver leading out of the window. Hold on, we don't have core strength. Haru priority. Strength check failure. The force of the impact throws you violently against the side window. Aotori frantically fights to regain control, and after smashing through a trash can, you come to a full stop on the sidewalk. The other car turns around, going straight at you as if ready for a head-on collision, only to stop, adjust the course, and with a squeal, stop by. The territorial dispute, Moshi Moshi Taxi, Shiokawa no service, taxi service, question mark, 555-444-24/7. Moshi Moshi Taxi, the best service is Shiokawa, you read on its door. Shiokawa people belong to it, by the way, someone who's supposed to be good in Japanese. Yoko and you, pedestrian, he spits. Watch whose car you're getting in, or you're gonna get a one-way trip to the forest too. One-way trip to the forest, is that where all the taxis disappear during the full moon? In a symphony of the night? Before you have a chance to finish your question, he peels off, honking triumphantly. Aotori steps out of the car and shuffles on shaky legs to inspect the damaged fender. And I'm only a second owner. Oh, these low-life scumballs have done it now, as you get your first bonus item. Cab driver, ally. Nothing wrong with going nowhere, but we should be going nowhere fast. -5 experience when investigating, -1 doom when investigating. You quickly reach a mutual agreement with Aotori and come to terms. After dropping you off, he's gonna go back to his town to try and find out more about the conflict between Yukanbashi and Shiokawa corporations. You give him your phone number to stay in touch. Off to the apartments we go. I was supposed to be checking my experience just to see, but I wasn't. Back at the apartment, you pick up the latest issue of Shiokawa Chismus Chronicles from your doormat, scanning for any missing person reports. Results are inconclusive, like my pronunciation, while the sheer volume of disappearances in Shiokawa lately is indeed anomalous. You don't notice anything related to taxi specifically. I am losing 5 experience per investigation now! Call the police. The phone rings. Couldn't get anything useful out of the other guys. You mentioned Shiokawa, everyone's like a deer in headlights, no matter how hard you try. Speaking of, totally unrelated, you might want to avoid Higanbashi for some time. Aotori sounds manic. But I've got something better. I've got a plan. This is a good one. Let's meet up. I'll swing by. I should really play Red Dead Redemption 2. Your taxi's waiting. As you step out of your apartment building, you see a car with a roof sign parked further down the street. You recognize the make and model. Looks like Aotori doesn't waste time. As you walk towards it, a sudden honk startles you. You turn around to see another taxi barreling down the sidewalk right at you, with the grinner driving behind the wheel. Good thing you put on your running shoes today. Hey, perk. You make a run for it. Lunge after lunge, rubber soles bouncing against the flagstone. You glance behind. The speeding vehicle is still some distance away. Driver now furious and smashing the horn as if it can make you do the dexterity check, which I presume is the dexterity check, or could make the car go faster. Parking violation. The back door of Aotori's car swings open. Driver's hand on the frame. You jump in and the car pulls out. You turn around, wheezing, scanning for the other car, but it seems to have given up the chase. You lean back in the seat, breathing a sigh of relief and Wonder Bomb air freshener. But something's off. Where's the nicotine stench permeating the air? Where are the bed mats on the seats? Why is the radio off? You seem to be in a hurry, friend. Stranger. Don't worry, we'll get there soon, says the unfamiliar voice of the driver as you realize you're in the wrong car. The driver turns to you, a replacement driver, not looking at the road, getting chauffeured by an outsider and snooping around in our affairs. This won't do. You see, our society is built on order, and order is kept by rules that must be followed. To break the rules is to reject the society, and without the society, humans are just animals. Prey for wolves. Kokumin? Let him ramble. We drivers have made great sacrifices, still do, to build this order, and we rep good benefits in our return. Great benefits, or good ones, in their return. But the covenant, in all caps, comes with stipulations we must follow, or it's null and vid. He lets go of the reel completely, gesticulating in fervor. Hey, look at that doom increase. Our predecessor now, they didn't respect the terms, didn't respect the customs, thought they could put in minimal effort and coast through them on our master's goodwill. One of them took a taxi to the reaffirmation ceremony. Can you believe it? I messed up a bit. We won't be repeating their mistakes. All transgressions will be punished, and offenders made an example. He glances back at the road before turning back to you. You probably have no idea what I'm talking about. Don't worry, the guy behind the screen doesn't either. But don't worry, everyone will find out soon enough. From a front seat, no pun intended. Hey, look at that experience. Alarmed, you notice the urban sprawl getting sparser and sparser. It seems like you're about to enter the wilderness. The replacement driver purses his lips and accelerates. Tries to stop the car. You shout at the driver to stop, but he doesn't react, now grasping the wheel with grim determination, knuckles pale, knees weak, arms are ready. Getting off this ride won't be as easy as Mom's spaghetti. You poke the driver in the eye and he cries out, letting go of the wheel. You lean forward trying to grab it and he swats you off. Hey, don't disturb the driver. He floors the gas pedal, and rapid acceleration throws you back in your seat. Hey, look at this 22 HP human encounter. I could arrest this guy just for giggles. But because we have the thing... Look at those things. Look at them jiggling at the front. But anyway, let's... Oh, this is guaranteed. You're in a world pain. Although, it would be nice, wouldn't it? Drive! But in the meanwhile, grabbing a curse because we can. I should probably get rid of that just for proc rate sake. Sorry. Ow! My mouth. Can't run, as to be expected, but we will roll the dice and gamble here, I think. No, we can't. Can we? 30%? Yeah. 75%! 3 out of 4 people! Rush daily. We get a map for that? By the way. Let's get onward. Let's go on. Oh my god, let's proceed. The car jumps onto the curb and comes to a stop just in front of the surprise passerby. I don't know, 4, 5, 10 FB is a reference. You pick yourself up from the ground. Keep the change, cabbie chuckles and peels off, honking. Shaking, you scurry back towards the apartments, looking over your shoulder. But look at Kana. A taxi attacks. As you turn the corner before your apartment building, you feel your blood boil. There's a car blocking the alley. You creep closer to check the livery? Moshi Moshi taxi. Well, anywho, this taxi looks like a real thing, huh? Aotori pats the logo with a smug grin on his face. We're gonna crash that forest party tonight! See, they're dirty little secrets for ourselves, but first things first. Aotori jumps out of the car and glances around conspiratorially, and finally leads you to the trunk, rubbing his hands in glee. I brought something I thought could be a use, he says, tapping the hood. Really need a cigarette right now. Yeah? Aww. 10 luck check. Failure. You settle on statistically the most deadly weapon in the car as Aotori throws you a still wrap pack from the glove box. He pulls something out from the driver's seat. It's a submachine gun. That doesn't exist in World of 4. Items. People leave all kinds of things in taxis these days, he explains, putting it on the passenger seat and covering it with the newspaper. You park in the alley. It slowly gets dark and then bright again as the moon rises in the sky. And parks, you could say that too. A car with a familiar color scheme and the roof sign shoots by. Aotori turns on the engine, ready to roll. You hide under a scruffy blanket in the back seat and peek through. My body! Okay. But first of all, we'll take this girl home. Oh goodness, 4 stamina for a reason. You soon leave the urban area and turn onto a dirt road. Street lamps replaced by poplars at first, and then the wild thicket closing in, leaves lashing at your roof and windows. The radio signal grows weaker. Aotori trying to adjust the dial in vain to catch the last of the top 40. The masquerade seems to work. You blend in with the chain of cars going in the same direction. There's no turning back. And away we go. The road leads to the clearing, the taxi gathering. There are already dozens of taxis parked on the edges, all turned towards the middle, the lights meeting and burning together like a supernova. Aotori parks the car next to the others and you wait, holding your breath. One by one, the headlamps turn off and Aotori follows suit, until only the yellowish moon above remains, scanning the scene like a sickly eye of a petulant child. Wait. You hear a scram. A man in a robe, ornaments glimmering and shimmering, steps into the moonlight, and few other figures dragging a struggling young woman behind him. I know her, Aotori gasps. She was my passenger, Tushiokawa, just before I picked you up. You look around at the other car, and his driver's fixed motionless, hands on their wheels. Is it just an illusion, or is the moon getting bigger? Capital M. 3 Doom. The mooks throw the passenger against a tree at the edge of the clearing and hold her in place. The leader turns toward the gathering. By the rights of the covenant, he exclaims, his voice jarringly nasal. The price of transgression. Aggression is. Well, this is not good. He pulls out an odd knife-like shard of rock from under the robe, raising it like a dagger, and takes a step forward towards the screaming woman. You hear Aotori swear under the breath. It's my fault, door to door. That's the driver's code, but instead I went chasing the next fare. 3 Doom. Aotori cranks the lever to open the driver's side window, leans out, and rips off the fake Moshi Moshi logo. He then turns on the headlamps, sharp gleam cutting off the ambient moonlight. The cult leader raises his hand with a rocky dagger to cover his eyes. The woman breaks away from the surprised cultist, running to the side. We need a distraction, maybe. Aotori hits the gas, tires spinning, splitting clumps of dirt and grass before getting a grip and shooting forward. The car hits the cultist leader head on. his upper body planting onto the hood with a loud thud, and pulls him along before crushing him against his cohorts and see 3 taxis. Unless that was Taxi H.P. You sit in silence for a second, only punctuated by the never-resting meter and Wiper struggling to clean off the stuff on the windshield. Aotori leans out. "Get in, lady!" He manages before his airbag detonates, knocking him out cold. Around, the clearing comes to life, lights blinking on and off as drivers scream bloody murder and gun their engines. Well, take over the wheel. You push the groaning Aotori to the side and climb into the driver's seat, netting the deflating airbag. Needing. A door slams behind you. It's the passenger. "Get us out, Shiokawa. The power doesn't reach outside the city. Just drive," she says. A rather odd turn of phrase. You turn the ignition key and the engine wakes up instantly. Around you, all hell breaks loose. You see silhouettes running at you, illuminated from various angles as more and more headlights come alive, accompanied by crescendo of horns, engines, and backfires. You put it in reverse gear and back away from the tree. The body of the master cultist left behind like a squeezed-out tube of toothpaste, and execute a 3-point turn. The clearing, now a demolition derby arena, the only way out cut off by running men and vehicles alive. Drive right through. You choose the shortest path to the exit road, heeding no mind to obstacles, as we have question mark taxis and a lot of submachine gun ammo, as most of the other cars end up at a massive pileup. In a twist of fate, you recognize the face of the nearest running man. It's the same taxi driver who tried to kidnap you outside your apartment, as it leaves an imprint on your windshield, the body rolling over, -1 taxi. You look in the mirror as there are 14 taxis left. Behind, scores of taxis in hot pursuit trickle out of the clearing, bouncing up and down on the uneven road, scraping up against each other with reckless abandon. Ahead, in the moonlight, a junction closing in. You're not sure which way you came from, must have missed it in the darkness while following the other taxis, and Aotori is still unconscious, but we can consult the map we have. You quickly open a map, almost ripping it in the process, trying to orient the dashed squares with your current position. You glance at the map, recognizing the relevant landmarks. Hey, look at this map that you actually have to now look at the image for, because otherwise, I don't even know where I am, by the way. So we are just going to do a thing. Boy, I hate myself so much right now. I don't remember anything. By the way, if we are in the forest and we're going down the crossroads, crossroads? No. Where are we? I wasn't paying attention. We're gonna turn right, though. You decide to go right. Your tires lose grip on a muddy road, and for a moment you're drifting. The road turns right again, and then downhill. Behind you, the pack follows. The dirt road blends more and more with the ground until only a vague, unpaved trail remains. The car's tires and suspension not up to the task. You fight with the machine to keep moving forward, while most of the pursuers appear to have an even worse time in the short city boy limousines. A single pitch-black sedan with an opaque windshield appears to be gaining on you rapidly, undeterred by the uneasy terrain. Gain some distance? You put your foot down against the car's protests, each bump in the road sending your stomach up your throat. To your side, Aotori whines as his head taps rhythmically against the dashboard. In the rearview mirror, the sedan seems to keep the distance, other cars now even further behind, but we lose 1 stamina in the process. The forest opens up, the trail ahead circles around the lake, but not before the section of it passes under a sheet of muddy water. Look, down there, the passenger punches your shoulder. Ow. You look to your side, and sure enough, way down the hill, peeking through the vegetation, you can see the asphalt road, parallel to your current path. Take a shortcut. The slope looks pretty steep and overgrown, but you're confident in your abilities. You yank the wheel and the car turns left. If you naively expected driving down the overgrown slope as the car flips out on the UI, when it turns the more sane of the taxi drivers, it's not working out, as the entire chain of cars swerves off the road like a bunch of psychotic lemmings. What's worse, as the front of the car suddenly drops down after passing the crux and a first tree comes up to greet you, you realize how steep the descent really is. Evasive maneuvers. As we gain a level that we should level up really quickly. Oh hey, look, as I said earlier, 8 dexterity. My perception, though. But we pass the dexterity check here. It's all in the reflexes, not able to spare a conscious thought. You wrench the wheel left and right, narrowly dodging trees and rocks jutting out of the hill before half crashing on the road below. Then it's just a small matter of avoiding other taxis raining down like cats and dogs, and you continue on your way. There are now 2 taxis less and 10 experience. to gain. Driving this road until death sets you free. The road straightens out, and that's not how the song goes, if there is one. Your top speed matches the pursuers. You're safe for the moment. Hopefully there will be no surprises. You hear a squeal and turn around to see Aotori expecting his smashed nose in the side view mirror. First my car, then my face! These exhaust sniffers will rue the day, the passenger squirms nervously. Hey, give me some answers. Charisma check success, finally. What was that part about their power not reaching outside the city? I knew a car from Higanbashi would lure them out, but I didn't expect them to grab me right in the open, she scoffs. I think you actually have to change this text box too, if because of all the text. So I think that was done by the creator, question mark? Unless, well, it's been a while since I did events, anywho. But I didn't expect them to grab me right in the open, she scoffs. Tried to get you too, didn't they? Dumb brutes make a mockery of the Covenant. But in the end, I got what I wanted, so I guess I owe you. Take us away from the usurpers, and I'll tell you what you deserve to know. Huh? 15 experience. A familiar... I thought you could customize the text. Anywho, a familiar bloody face suddenly slaps against the cracked windshield from above. A hand reaches through the driver's side window and claws at your face! The fare dodger. Was the replacement driver on the car's roof since you ran him over? On the car's roof since you ran him over back in the clearing? Behind the taxi speed up, shark smelling blood in the water. Gun. You reach between the seats, try to block off the maniac's assault with the other hand. Aotori looks around in confusion too. Where is it? You hear a cocking sound behind you. Allow me, the passenger says, aiming her gun from the back seat. Careful, lady, Aotori warns. You might hurt someone. She pulls the trigger. The series of deafening thunderclaps rolls through the car's interior as a swarm of 45 AC people. It's narrowly missed your face, piercing the roof, dashboard, windshield, quite everything, really. You've got to be... The windshield explodes as does the face behind it, and you're splattered with oof and other substances. But the cabbie's no longer trying to gouge your eyes out, so that's a plus. With no grip, his body rolls off the back. In the mirror, you see it smashing headfirst through the windshield of the nearest pursuing taxi. As it swerves off the road, looks like the replacement driver is gonna need some replacement parts. Haha! Ow! Anywho. 10 experience. You merge onto the motorway. The Shiokawa city limits should be right ahead. You look in the mirror, there's still several taxis on that perspective. Oof. Ooh. There are still several taxis on your tail, now moving erratically across the asphalt river. Two cars break away, covering the outer lanes. The road is straight. There are more obstacles to hide behind, no more stratagems to exploit. Accelerate! The speedometer is already topped. The taxis are right on you now, scratching against your sides, sandwiching you in, the driver sneering. You inevitably find yourself getting pushed off, one by one. All three vehicles veer into the guardrails and launch into the air towards a billboard right by the side of the road. You pierce through the middle, the matte painting exploding into shrapnel as the other two crash into the billboard support pillars onto the sides. There are two less taxis now. You land on the uneven ground with a loud thump, suspicion pushed to its limits before jumping over the barrier in a single physics-defying motion. The car swerves, the steering wheel ripped out of your hands, and stops sideways across the lane. Aotori reaches for the meter and switches the tariff to out of town. For a moment, it seems quiet. We did it, says the passenger. The usurpers wouldn't dare. Then the pitch-black sedan cleaves through one of the wrecks like an AoE, spreading debris and body parts around. The entourage of beaten-up hulks not far behind. You put in the gear and the car's tires scream on the asphalt. Push it to the limit. But we failed a charisma check for charisma. Anywho, you look down the hood towards the impending death. You feel panic gripping at the lizard part of your brain. At the last possible moment, ancient lizard brain, the survival instinct triumphs over your resolve and you jerk the wheel to avoid the collision. You and the taxi narrowly avoid each other and lose reason in the process. Object in the mirror may be closer than they appear. You veer off the road onto the shoulder. The pitch-black sedan and 9 taxis pass you by and join the rest of the pack. They continue toward you, the road rage apparently reaching beyond administrative borders. Pedal to the metal. And then I had a cough. And its driver's name was This road is not wide enough for all of you. The throne of the curbstone king has only one seat and it has no seatbelt. Aotori grabs an empty machine gun. He opens the sun visor above you and a reserve magazine drops out. Prepare yourself. We'll get rid of that souped-up Sunday driver first, then get the rest of them on the pass by. If we don't make it, it was an honor riding with you. You two are utterly deranged, the passenger sighs. Some kind of brain defect, I suspect. Toxoplasmosis or huffing too much gasoline, the pale-faced sovereign couldn't ask for better champions. Now that is definitely an odd statement, but you can't quite get to the bottom of this right now as the taxis begin their final approach. One hand on the steering wheel, you roll down your window and get ready to swing this army knife. Please look at this 38 HP encounter of turbo lunatics. United and strong, we can fight them back. Can we? -1 all, 4 power? Anywho. This camera is helping out right now, but we'll swing our army knife at the nearest taxis and do our best. But that being said, I should probably smoke this pack of cigarettes now. I can get another one later. Unfortunately, this won't allow me to benefit from Nicotine Rush, but we're really just trying to get some reason healing done, because we may not survive long enough for it to matter. 15 HP? Yeah, that's unfortunate. I could throw the map, but that wouldn't really help me, so we'll go for the guaranteed 20-ish damage instead, and be happy with what we get. Hiya! 20 experience and fuel. For a chain, the last taxi flips over and bursts into flames. We did it! We actually did it! Aotori puts the gun down and reaches for the light. I was about to talk about the prices here. You sure about that? Look, the passenger points to the remains of the pitch black sedan. They're getting out. What the meter says is that you owe about $15,740 in USD. You know, minus some extra stuff and other stuff. Some other expenses. I only read other here. I'm going crazy. Hey! Turns out it's $0 at the end. Aotori taxi. Shio, thanks for going with Shiokawa. Anyway, and a real hero. You step away from the empty remains of the crashed sedan, wondering if the driver somehow managed to sneak away, or if there was never one to begin with. As you and Aotori climb out of the ditch and out of that bad pronunciation to get some hard-earned answers, the passenger jumps out of the cab, grabs something from the seat, and books it across the road and disappears into the forest. Oh, what a night, huh? Aotori stumbles to the car and leans on the fender. Sure, maybe we didn't get all the answers, but hey, at least we saved someone, and there should be no more issues with taxi availability in Shiokawa, right? You look back at the road from the clearing, and a trail of smoldering wrecks and pillars of pitchy smoke marking your path. You behold the carnage in silence until the first ray of sunlight bounces off the windshield. Aotori puts out a cigarette and starts the engine. I better be going. Don't worry about the fare. It's on the house. Looks like some taxi permits have just freed up in Shiokawa. See you when I see ya. He speeds off, leaving you incredulous on the side of the road. A piece of gravel shot by the tires bounces off your face. Hey, that's ending A. And away we go. We are dying, by the way, so we actually do need some help. But in the meanwhile, that's right, we lost Bath. Hell and Ward, so into Ward I go, I guess. We should have enough cigarettes for this, but in the meanwhile, we'll also rest, because we will die without it. And away we go. That should be enough for the end of the run. Now, did I spend too much Doom resting? We'll see. But we needed it anyway, so level up again. No perception, rip. But we can run away with running shoes, which is a very good I forgot if stealth and running shoes are in the same pack, but if they are, or if they aren't, yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put them together. That does mean that sometimes it feels like there's less that you can do. We're running from this boss anyway, I think. Yeah, are we? I guess we'll see, but it's not like we need the fuel. We can sell the fuel, but we'll take a gander look at the boss before we decide what to do. So, do I believe? No, I shouldn't have. I'm just going crazy. Well, off we go. Rawr! But yeah, without further ado, I think we should be relatively okay. Nice 10 roll on Perception, by the way, game. I really appreciate that. I don't, but I'll do my best. Oh, right into another ghost encounter. I guess I will run away. 3 Doom for 10 experience. This boss, on the other hand, does not count. So, do we actually want to fight this? We could, theoretically speaking, if we hit... Oh, yeah, we should be able to. In fact, I should just brace this turn. But I need to be able to hit an attack. Okay, good. And I think we're out in 2 turns for 2 stamina, which is quite good, by the way. By the way, keeping in mind, we do have Kana with us, so that was a lot less damage to take, kind of. No, it wasn't, because we would have braced into 2 damage anyway. Never mind, I lied. Welcome to Household Hell. But anywho, yeah, let's move on. Let's actually use the monument really quickly. Also, it was very good that we had the nicotine rush buff, but we are still in a bit of trouble because we need to smoke another pack of cigarettes at least. I forgot if we have Tachi-san, and I forgot my second encounter, so I guess we'll see what happens. At least it's not. I know it's nothing after the custom mystery. That's one thing I can say. The other thing I should say is that not remembering my second encounter exactly is not good, but we'll see. So without further ado, it would be nice, but I should brace just to be safe. Here we save damage because, yeah, this would be 4 damage, or 2 stamina damage bracing here. Oh, my body. Now what's really unfortunate is that we... Okay, good. Nicotine Rush helped us out. I was about to say, we barely missed 2-shotting, but thankfully we did. Ah! My body! This is Insomnia. That's fine for the moment, because we will be able to do a thing. Now... Oh, that's less damage than taking the, I think, 3 reason damage? Our Doom is shooting through the roof, though, and I think this is a maxed out level mansion, unfortunately, so I made a mistake. But nothing else I can do for the moment. Wow. Well, we'll heal stamina here, but I don't know if we can actually survive. Yeah, I don't know if we can actually survive. I did rest a lot, but we needed to rest. As you can see, we're kind of low on stamina and reason. But thankfully we got out of that quickly. Now, the next question is... Will I get all the lighthouse checks done? I guess we'll see. But without further ado, let's just get up this lighthouse then. Even if we miss the second encounter check, I think it looks like we're fine, but we'll see. And then we're losing at least 2 reason. The other 6th floor? No. So yeah, let's see what happens here. I don't have any items, so yeah, let's see what happens here. Don't I have another curse I can remove? We do. I don't know why I didn't get rid of it. Anywho. Even with the Cthulhu slapping me in the face here, it shouldn't matter. Unless Cthulhu slaps me twice for 2 Just the Dreams. I don't know if those stack, but we'll see. I'm pretty sure it wasn't anything in... Yeah, I think it was actually the roommate, funny enough. Yeah. Recluse was our second mystery. And I don't remember really fighting anything else in Eels aside from the Cyclops neighbor. Which I just happen to remember about that encounter because I saw the name, so yes, I'll admit that. But, you know. And here is Tachi-san, who is going to receive a face full of attack strongs. For 17 damage. But in the meanwhile, as we finish off this run successfully, we'll go into another run quickly. Yeah, that was, again, it's not so bad. The Army Knife and the Nicotine Rush really carried me there, but we'll see as we get into Knight Errant Yogatdag next for that character. Again, usually I want to do 2 good runs. So we'll see what happens. 2 good runs. Yogatdag, Knight Errant, A. Ah! And then I guess we'll go for the Army Knife again. If we don't get it, well, we'll find out. But while we have things available to sell, the Inspiring Novel and the camera if I want to, Knowledge, Dexterity, second, maybe Strength, Charisma. So a lot of stamina loss if we let it go. But that will depend on how healthy we'll be after these mysteries. So we'll take Taxi last to try and be cool. It's gonna hurt, but we'll see. Also, keep in mind that we had Kana with us for that entire last run, so unless we have Kana again, yeah, this could be a lot more. Well, never mind, we have Kana. Akamanto, Botanist, Ward, and Household Hell. Or Taxi, sorry. Let me think for a moment. Ow! Yeah, so I might not be doing a second character this stream. That's due to me because, my face hurts, and I don't think I'll be in my best. I'll be at my best, so we'll try to make this a good run. But in the meanwhile, so yeah, I could sell this Inspiring Novel immediately. I probably am, just to try and save on more Doom. We're on Yogatdag, but we also have Knight Errant, so there's kind of a double feature going on. But you never know, right? By the way, we're still spending a lot of Doom doing this, but hey, we need the Army Knife. And if we run out of funds, we'll trade off stamina. But yeah, Taxi so far doesn't seem like a bad mystery. I don't know what else is in it, because that was my first time playing it. By the way, what are our threat levels? I should probably visit the thingy. I don't think we have Vigil or Hell, although this is a high threat level downtown area, so... No, the schools, we're going to be visiting the school just as much. I'll check the History Club really quickly. Ancestral Strength, you know what? Yeah. But then away we go. That should pay itself off if I run into at least 4 enemies, not including bosses. When you include bosses, it helps out a lot more, so... And usually you run up into about at round 6 or 7 enemies, including bosses per mystery. Usually a little bit more, but it depends, right? Anywho, Kana will also continue helping us immensely, so we just happen to get lucky both runs, but still, Kana is not the end-all be-all. It does make your Harbinger run a lot better, though, in my opinion at least. But I feel it does a lot for your survivability. Anywho, we do have Doom to work with eventually, but not... We don't want to be too liberal with our Doom. But we do want to survive by stamina and reason too, so there's kind of a little double thing going on. So this is our second encounter already, I believe, because we fought a ghost first. Now the real question is, do I get to do this? Nearly 85%. Okay, good. And away we go. I probably want to equip that during Akamanto, but we'll see as we save Kana here. Yeah, because I don't want to do a third or fourth run on another character and not give them the right time, because I slept for like 5 hours, so not something you should really do. You should probably sleep for longer than that. So I am already feeling a little bit weary. When I wake up, obviously I'm spick and spry. I don't think that's the right phrase, but you get the point. But yeah, when I feel the weariness start to wear on me, I will admit, gotta do stuff. So we don't need this bottle. Another bottle of water. I could do that now, but let's take Botanist next. I think we're just gonna run from our friend in Ward. Although we do have Kana with us, and the thing, the part I'm kind of debating. Also, it would have been nice to do this later, but it's fine. Is that we're gonna handcuff Akamanto, so we won't get to handcuff the boss of Ward, which would save me a lot of damage. By the way, I'm just taking reason damage in the face. If we die, I will do a salty run back though. I want to do Taxi at least twice. We don't have the charisma for it, but we have the stamina, so even if we fail, it's not so bad at the moment. That being said, okay, I was about to say, I probably want another pack of cigarettes for the end of this run. All things considered. And now we have now we're super powerful, by the way. 17 damage on a Desperate Prep Strong. Pretty good. I'll also admit, just off to the side, I do want to get back to game dev stuff, but I do need to rest after this stream because, boy, I've done some things to myself. Being weary. Anywho. 85% again. Let's go for it. Oh, we die for that. Alright, here's the salty run back. I guess we will move to another character. No, we won't, because that's a salty run back. Anywho, yeah, we'll continue playing the same character. Cthulhu, 7th Curse, random item stats. So, let's remember that. We got another Cthulhu run. I think I'm just going to switch to a Thotu just for giggles. So, what did I just say? 7th Curse? Yeah, 7th Curse, Cthulhu, random item stats. And the Thotu, sorry. So we're going to swap Cthulhu and do a Thotu instead. 7th Curse character, exclusive, random item, custom character. And this will be our final run. If I die quickly, it's due to me. I should have traded stamina or rested, really, but too late for that now. Second, I could review. It's good to review weird mistakes, but I also want to move on. Knowledge, dexterity, charisma, and maybe every single stat check. No Taxi-san, so we might not have Kana anymore, but we'll see what happens. If we have like Recluse, Scissors, and Akamanto, that's a different kind of advantage. But for the moment, yeah, no more Kana and no Recluse Taxi instead. So Bulletin, Ward, Hell, Coma. So a lot of forest and a lot of mansion investigations. But downtown is also a good place to put the police patrols. But we will prepare anyway to open up funds before we go to the legal den. That cost more than I thought, but at least I don't have to prepare as much. Sorry. As often. Oh boy, I'm going crazy. This meat cleaver is okay, but our strength is not, so... Hopefully, yeah, I think this is a faster army knife. If nothing more accurate, but I guess we'll see. And away we go. We'll do this for funds, and continue onward. I should actually check the history club again. Yeah, we're going to check the history club again really quickly. Grow teeth, glass eye, quick thinking. We're going to check it one more time. Thread of fate, black hair, art knowledge. Never mind. Just you spent up 2 doom. But it's perfectly fine, I think. Anywho. If 1 or 2 doom usually makes the difference, even though I talked about how 1 or 2 doom can make the difference, if that really does make the difference in more than like half of your runs, something's going wrong, alright? I'll have to admit. Nice knowledge check, by the way, game. We need to visit the forest again, I believe. And let's actually try to get to taxi again. Oh boy, do I believe in myself? I don't feel like I do. But our strength doesn't allow us to do much either. Oh boy, actually we just want to run. That 4 all damage is a lot of damage to be taking. To kind of sum it up, that's essentially failing 3 or 4 events back to back to back, so... I would have liked funds, but we'll take Doom instead. Now keep in mind, this is kind of a more normal run investigation-wise, so... We do need to watch out for our Doom here, so we're going to take Frostbite for it. We can also get rid of Frostbite now and take the painkillers, but still, a little bit worried for my stamina at the moment. Also worried about my Doom, but Reason could also just zoop down at any point. So yeah, let's gobble down these painkillers. I think the other one is a random injury. I forgot. But as we get into this ghost encounter that we're also going to run away from, yeah. Off we go. This looks like it's going to end badly, by the way. I'll do my best, but I really want to try to do taxi. If I die again and the stream ends, I might just do a video, but we'll see. Right. I mean, Future Jordan hasn't put up may not put up any thumbnails, so after the stream, because obviously I have a lot of placeholder thumbnails sitting around still. But anywho, household hell. Ow, a lot of school and downtown investigations, but for the moment, we're not dead yet. But 40 Doom on our second mystery, that's a little high for my liking. It's still not bad, but it's we're on that threshold. No spells, so boo-hoo. And hey, luck! We have 5 luck, by the way. I shouldn't have rolled on that, but... Reason, stealth. Yeah, since considering that we might just be running for it. Actually, perception. This is more important because when I finally run into an enemy I can fight comfortably, it'd help out a lot. Now, that's not as great, but... For the moment, it's not so bad. I think it's... Is it stamina or reason? Stamina, when you discard. Or basically, I need to pass a lot of events to hope to not die. That would help out as well. But, hey, if we can get out of this for only 5 to 7 Doom, that would be great. Unfortunately, that's not what happened. We do get to, yeah, I feel like the Army Knife is a bit faster here, so... And that extra point from the attack dog, question mark? No, Ithotu is allowing me to one-shot very squishy enemies. But as HP starts scaling and now the roads are closed, yeah, I'm worried about other things now. So, Ward, Taxi, Coma. Yeah, as much as I would like to take Coma last, we'll take Ward now. Hopefully we one-shot the boss here, but I guess we're gonna find out. So yeah, we got out of the mystery with like 41% Doom. That's very good, but when you run into double nurses, that Doom quickly shoots back up. Now, defeating the for steak knife would be an interesting play, but I still think the Army Knife is better overall. In my opinion, anyway. I shouldn't need to say that, but we're on the internet where, you know, things that you say on the internet tend to be taken as fact. So, hey. Didn't need that reason, unfortunately, but we'll make do. We do have an energy drink, so if I need the extra point of dexterity boosting me at the lighthouse, I could do it. You know what's not so great? This. We get to maybe one shot if we hit every single one. I guess we might as well. And yeah, I was pretty close, but no cigar. Our luck is at 7 now, if that matters. Maybe if we run to the elevator event, but we'll see. But we do have a lot of reason for stamina. But since we won't be visiting the hospital, I think, anytime soon, let's just grab our free experience. And we could go for a one-tap if we get this, 85%. Good. Good though. No dog shop, no one cares, and running shoes finally. Quick thinking actually? No, yeah, quick thinking is probably more important here. Let's start building it to strength. Because now we can, now that I know I can prep attack, the brace is the next best thing. I would go for more experience, but the perks that we have aren't exactly the greatest. They're helpful, especially on a run like this. But I don't have running shoes. That's actually what I would like. By the way, we completed that with 49% Doom, so... some efficient Doom for the moment, but we'll see. 7 Dexterity. Thankfully, it worked out. And yeah, on the flip side of things, hey, as it turns out, being able to pass your checks allows you to level up faster because you get experience from succeeding a lot of stat checks. Let's visit the monument really quickly. I would like a pack of cigarettes, but with our funds going down by 1, probably not going to happen anymore. As the police patrols downtown are not stopping the location from becoming less doomed, so we're going to roll on luck. Rolled 1 twice with the 2+ modifier, but I'll take the good luck where it comes. You know what I might not be able to take? This encounter. Do we get to attack at least? We do. What do I get for that? What do I get for this? This does damage, right? No, it's a random effect. I'm going crazy. I should probably just run here. As much as I don't want... We're gonna trade off 2 points of reason for 1 stamina instead. Do I want to just eat this in the face, though? No. Can I even trade off reason for stamina if I do this, though? No. We can brace, but... it's not great. I would have been able to prep strong my way out of this with Desperate Struggle, but no. We weren't at the threshold yet. So yeah, let's trade off some reason here at least, and then do this. And off we go. I could treat for stamina right now, or grab painkillers. But let's play it a little safe at the moment. So... because old gods forbid I get branded and then Survivor's Guilt. Even though we're at a last mystery, Survivor's Guilt wouldn't hurt so much, but as we take Taxi here... yeah, let's go and let's see what happens. Different choices, different strokes. Different folks, different taxis. And away I go. Strength, nope, rolled a 12. Well, hey, I guess we will Witch Tree for stamina twice. Blood Frenzy is going to be interesting. Actually, no. If this boss fight is forced, Blood Frenzy is going to kill me. But for the moment, because we're on it though too, and now we have damage going out even more. So I guess I hope that there's some way to make the boss fights easier, or just skip them entirely. As cool as the boss fight is, yeah, look at how much damage I'm taking. This is not good. We'll do our best, but it's not good. So, without further ado... dexterity check success. It was a dexterity check. Try to stop the car. And this is a fight. A lot of Doom, but we have a lot of damage as well. So, we're going to take 5 Doom, but we will get our troubles worth. Now, I'm going to take different choices and hope they work out for me. If they don't... oh, that's right, I'm losing experience. It would have been great to level up, but whoops. Might as well check it out. Nope, we didn't get anything. That's not great. Broken box cutter, I guess. I think that luck check takes you to the unlucky items, I assume what's happening there, from my understanding. Let's actually level up before bad things happen. Running shoes. Would have been nice earlier, didn't get it now. Didn't get it until now. I'm actually going to check the history club really quickly, because we need something very good. That's not going to be the most helpful, but it's going to be all we get. So, we're going to be able to two-shot pretty much everything that's tanky, but as for everything else, we need to hope to one-shot. Leave and contact the authorities. Probably doesn't matter. Gun. Nope. Run to the trees. Doom, and just keep running. Though to do-it-yourself flamethrower. Nope. This is probably a different ending. Leave the clearing behind, we might as well narrate it. And don't look back through the thicket. Ow, ice. My arm. You can hear the uncoordinated pursuit. The taxi driver seemingly out of their element went out of their cars. Forest litter dried out by the summer heat. Crunches under your feet. Run! Strength check success. With some effort, you trample the vegetation and break through, getting some distance on your pursuers. As you pause to gather yourself, you hear branches crunching not far away and some hushed voices. Looks like you've been noticed after all. Oh, we did have the stealth perk, but not this run. Familiar face peeks behind, glance around, prepare yourself for a fight. You have no choice but to fight before the rest of them catch up. 3 stamina. Wow, that's not as much, thankfully. Now, do I want to arrest this counter? Probably not. But while we can brace, we might as well brace, right? I think so. Yeah. A lot of damage going in and out, so... Boop. Taking a backseat. It's already dawn when, exhausted and bruised up, you make it back to civilization. As you try to explain to the police what happened, you're met with skepticism. So, you're saying every moon, this full moon, this cabal is gathering in the forest to perform human sacrifices? How does that even work? Do they, like, honk at the moon? Detective Yoneda scratches his chin. You feel your sanity fleeting. Magnanimous, you ask him if he never noticed that there are no taxis around during a full moon. Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess. He scrunches his face in focus before shrugging. But then I just take a bus. Ending C. Whoops. But yeah, I don't think we could have taken the actual ending A boss fight, so that's gonna be where I have to be satisfied with. And you know what? That's not a bad flat end to this stream as well, so without further ado... Yeah, nothing much else to say. I did forget my second encounter, so if we die, we die. But without further ado, I actually need to rest twice. So yeah, if you want to support me for whatever reason, I'll get back to it. I can feel my sanity in real life waning. So, I mean, hey, I gotta do the best I can do. I think I took Bulletin second. Oh, did I? Household Hell. Yeah. So, yeah, I unfortunately have to end the stream. I usually like to have done 2 characters. Even my pinned comment is a lie now, but I've done my best. But yeah, I don't think I'd give the next character any... I don't think I do the next character any justice, so... Maybe I do a video with the second character, and then we'll, you know, leave it at that. But without further ado... I feel like it was another ghost enemy, or was it the animated head? No, it was not. But we should survive no matter what. Yeah. So yeah, without further ado, I really don't think we could have taken the extra boss. So for the sake of ending the lower old god, we had to, or sealing the old god, or stopping the old god. But yeah, without further ado, as this stream ends on a flat 58-ish minutes, I'd like to go for an hour, but that'd just be stretching time. I won't take up much more of your time. I'd like to thank everyone for watching. If you're watching this in the future, I'd like to thank you too. Please let me know if there's anything wrong, like audio issues, but that's kind of late at the end of the stream. And I'll see you later. Thank you for watching. Bye! Jordan, end the stream. End the stream, Jordan. You gotta end the stream!